Alright. Let's see if we're working. Let's double check that it actually started. Got the notification. We're going on. Yes. We are live. Okay, cool. We are live. Some changes. I have music playing now, which is nice. Yeah, that's cool. Music is fun. And I'm also using a better microphone. I actually took the time to plug in my good microphone this time. So I'm not using the bad quality headphone microphone. Though this microphone is actually just the microphone on my phone. But there's an app that allows you to use that as a microphone for your computer. But that's off topic. Let's get into the actual coding. So I made this mess. It's absolutely horrible. I'm just gonna get rid of it because it is absolutely horrible, and I'm going to restart this. Basically, what this was supposed to do is find routes that share a stop in common. Find two routes that have a route in common, or have a stop in common. And that is horrible, horrendous, ugly. Just no. Instead, my professor advised that I use. I just gotta find. It's a type of thing in JavaScript that I haven't used before. For in and for of. So we do have to do some researching as to how specifically those work. For in and JavaScript for of. For of, and you push your documentation, good. Okay. Ah, I see. Okay, so for of works like a Python loop. Yes. Okay. And what about for in? All string properties of an object. Property and object. Object property. Okay. All right. Yes, these will make code a whole lot more readable. There we go. I thought it just cut out for a second. That will make it a whole heck a lot more readable, which is good. One second, sorry. Sorry, I had something come up that I need to handle really quickly. Actually, wait, never mind. Right. Alright, just gonna do something real quick. do that. Alright. That has been handled. You can go back to the stream here. Alright. What were we doing? We were trying to get this to work using a new type of data structure. There we go. Okay. Alrighty. Okay. Getting back to this, what are we doing? We are trying to make it so that we can find two routes that share a stop in common. This will enable transfers because transfers are good because you can't get everywhere from Disney World without a transfer, so we need transfers. So yes, this will enable transfers to be made. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to make the function write the code first, and then make sure it all works, and then I'm going to turn it into a function so it can be reused later down the line. I think that's just going to be the best with how my mind works and how all that stuff works, that we will do it that way. Alright. Gotta remember what this does. I haven't looked at this in a few days, so yes, we are... Yes, I see. Okay. So let's go back to our for in, for of statements. So I don't think for in is going to be useful because this is... Yeah, I don't know that for in is going to be useful because these are all lists. Are they lists? Let's see. See, I haven't looked at this in a few days, so I've forgotten what all it does. Let's see. Oh, I guess it is. Yes. All right. English is not working. So it is a dictionary. So do we need to iterate over the entire dictionary? In which case you'd use for in, or do we just need to iterate over one of the things in the dictionary, in which case we would use for... I guess it would be... no, I guess okay, that's a list. So it would be iterating over the list, so it would be for of. Let's see, so for all of these fun stuff is... oh yeah, so this is generating a list of stops along the route. Yes, I remember now. Okay, what this does is it looks at the first route in the potential pair of routes. Or no, it looks at all the routes that serve the origin. Then it goes through all the stops on each of those routes, and if a stop on a route has a transfer opportunity, instead of putting just that route, it'll replace it with all the possible all the stops that have a transfer with that stop, including that stop. It does that for all of the origin possible stops, and does that for all of the destinations, or for the second, for the routes that have the stop. For the routes that stop at the destination. There we go. And then now we need to compare those two and see which routes have stops in common. So I'll just double check on the data structure so I have everything ready to go. So this is a list. And then inside that list, we have origin path stops. This is a dictionary which contains the list of stops as well as which route in the index of in the list of routes it is. Cool. And then same thing for the destination stops. So we need to do a double check the syntax for a for of, this is going to be for of loops. For in array. Or maybe it would be in actually. Actually, I need to handle one thing. There we go. What was I? Oh, I lost my train of thought. No. Oh, I don't know what's going on. Alright, yes, this is the syntax. I can type here? Type here, okay, whatever. This is the syntax for a for in. Do I need a for in? What am I iterating over? I am iterating over a list. Within that list contains dictionaries. That dictionary contains an index and another list. I need to iterate through the list inside the dictionary inside the list. Yes. Yes, that's what we need to do. So this is going to be a for of. Right? Yeah, it's gonna be a for of. So no, well, do you want, probably want let, not const, just so you don't have any weird things happen, because weird things can happen if you don't use let. I learned that the hard way. JavaScript is weird. JavaScript is very, very weird. Yes. JavaScript is weird. Alright, for let. What is this a list of? This is a list of routes. Yes, so for let route. For let route of all Ori pos stops. Right, that's it. That's it. Cool. And then, for each of those guys, what do we need to do? Within that, we need to iterate over, where is it? This list of stops. Right? Yeah, because we're finding pairs, we're finding matches, pairs, whatever you want to call it. Or do we want to iterate over the list of destination routes first? This is the question that we must be asking ourselves. You can go to here. What order do you want to do the iteration? That's the question of the day. Look up the. Well, let me first look up the structure of dest possibilities. Yes, it's a list of the indices and routes. That is right. So for let route of all or process stops, we need to then go one level deeper. So for let stops of all ORI pos stops sub. Is that an index? Ooh. No, that's not going to be an index. So I guess what we can do instead is route sub. Route sub stops. Is that capitalized? No, not capitalized. For let stops of. Is that right? Let's see. You know what? Let's run with it, and if it doesn't work, we can try something else. Yeah, because yes, each route in all desk possible stops is dictionary, so we want to iterate through each stop in the stops list for that dictionary. So that is correct. It should be. We will obviously test it to make sure that it actually does work how I want it to work. So then we are iterating through all the stops for each route. Then let's see. And we need to iterate because some of those stops are going to be a list, so we need to iterate through that list too. So let group of that's not an index. That is not an index. At least I don't think it is. Let me look up documentation again. Yeah, that is not an index. Is there a way to get an index? Let's see. Yada yada, how it works. How it works, yada yada. Do we have a way to get the... No. Okay. That is unfortunate. Because we need to iterate through... This is a list of lists. We need to iterate through each list in this list. So how would we do that? This might have to be a normal for loop then. Yeah. That group. Right? I guess, yeah. The group equals 0. Group is less than stops dot length groups plus plus, yeah, standard JavaScript for loop right here. Yeah. I think we're gonna want to actually do you want to put the iteration through the destination possible stops here? I don't know. Yeah, so we have for each route in the list of routes and their stops, for each set of stops within that stops list, and then for each stop in each set of stops. We need to then go through the list of stops, basically do the same thing for the destination stops. So, or if we iterate through the, well, we'll just do it this way and see what happens. It may not be the best way, and if it isn't the best way, then we can always fix it and make it better. So, for let to route of all best possible stops, for let two stops of two route sub stops. This is a lot of nested for loops. Blech. Let's see. For let two route of all best possible stops. For let yes. Yes. If here's the if statement. It actually does the comparison. If two stops dot includes let's see, groups. Do I need to go one more level deep, or let's see. Okay, this should actually, this is the wrong name. This should not be called group. This should be called stop singular. There we go. That should clear up the confusion, because this is all the routes in the list of routes. This is all the sets of stops in that route's list of stops. This is each stop in that sets of stops. Yeah, that's each stop in that set of stops. So this is that's a better name for that variable. So if two stops dot includes stops sub stop, then what do? Well, we know we have a match, because we know that the two routes have a stop in common, or at least two stops where there's a transfer between the two stops in common. What is this? I'm not going to press that button because that would just randomly insert an ad, or manually insert an ad, so we're not going to do that. Yeah, so we have this. I guess we need to create a matches. So matches has already been created. No, yeah, matches is already created, so we're good to go in that front. So let's tab in. So matches dot push. We'll probably want this to be dictionary. Let's see. One route IDX equals route sub IDX to route IDX to route sub IDX. What else do we need? We need the one route stop equals stop. Yeah, stops sub stops sub stop. Boom, done. Ready to go. And then what else do we need? We need the list of stops for the second route. So two route stops. Yeah, two stops. What was that? Alright. Nothing importante. Alright, that should be everything we need as far as that is concerned. So, what we are going to do is at the end of this, we will console.log matches. And then we need to put a semicolon here. Well, technically we don't have to, but it's recommended that you do. Okay. And my test route of choice for this is Animal Kingdom to open the console. My test route of choice for this is Animal Kingdom to Disney Springs. So that was just the first trip I came up with in my head that involves one transfer. 183 matches. That is way too many. I expect to see 23 or 24 matches, not 183 matches. So let's see what we got. MOB, okay. MUB, these are all... Alright, let's go further down then. Those are all what I'd expect to see. Wait, actually... Yes, that is what I would expect to see. So, what went wrong? Let's go down past 23. Oh, wait. Let's see. Let's add a break here. Let's see if that fixes it. Let's see what happens now. $131, okay. That cut out a good amount. Still way too many matches, but we did cut out a good amount of them. We might need to break the loop more of these loops in that case. Because once again, I'm looking for somewhere between 23 and 24 matches is what I would expect to see for this. Specifically for this trip is what I would expect to see. So where else can we add in break statements? First we need a trigger that will trigger the break statements. Let trigger equal false. Let's see. I guess it would probably help to see like what is it showing as like this is a transfer, so I can see what to fix. So let's go towards the end. Alright, what about this? Why is the first route? What? Okay. What's going on down here? What about here? Why is it identifying these ferries as... Oh no, that would be right. Yeah. So what's going wrong? Why are there so many? What the heck? It's all these marketplace docks. What's up with that? So probably just get a break statement somewhere else. I guess, yeah, we want one here too. If trigger equals true break. So we need to set trigger to true. Let's see what happens now. We got two things. Okay. That's less than the 23 to 24 I would expect. Oh, wait, no, this wouldn't be break. This should probably... Let's try continue. Let's try continue. Let's see if that works. Maybe? I don't know. It's worth a shot. 131. So slightly less than we got before, but not a whole lot less. Yeah, and it's all these MPDs. What is causing that? These are the important questions that we must be asking ourselves. What is causing this? Yeah, look at all these MPDs. MPD, 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 MPD. it's like giving 50,000 options for Marketplace Dock. Oh, this wouldn't be continue. This would be break. Why is that? Let's see. Stop. What if we get another break? What happens now? Got one. That's not what we want then. Oh, that's right, because this was causing it to only give 2 responses back. I guess I should see what those 2 responses or those 2 results are. Didn't actually check that. This music reminds me of Wall-E. That's off topic. Oh, because we need to reset trigger back to false. Otherwise, it'll stay true forever. And that's not good. That's why it's not working. So, I guess at the beginning of this loop, trigger equals false. Alright, now let's see what happens. Let us see. 74. Okay. Better. Better. I see repeats. Why? Why do we have a repeat? It's not a repeat. CBS. No, that's an S and a 5. Okay. No, but then we do have a repeat down here. Why do we have a repeat? Is everything duplicated? That might be it. Oh, that's not even correct. All right. Now let's see what happens. It's gonna be a lot of suffering to the console here. Alright, that's right. So how did the friendship boat get in there? The heck? That's odd. Maybe our for loop is going too far. No. This is weird. I don't know what's going on here. Why are we doing weird things? What if we add a break here, and then we would need to move this. We need to move this here. All right, let us try. Oh, and also get rid of that. Let's try this. $41. All right, better. We are doing better. Okay, what if we add another break here? Once again, that means this needs to be moved up a layer. There we go. All right. What happens now? Oop. What happens now? Animal Kingdom to Disney Springs. Nothing. Oh, because it needs to be 2 equal signs, not a 1. Alright, let's try that again. Animal Kingdom to Disney Springs, go. 20. Alright, so a little bit less than what I was expecting, so let's see what is missing. So we have All-Star Movies, we have All-Star Music, All-Star Sports, Animal Kingdom Lodge, Pop Century, Yacht Club, Boardwalk Inn. Wait, why Boardwalk Inn Ferry? Alright, whatever. Caribbean Beach. Why is it showing the contemporary monorail? Okay, and then Colorado Springs, Fort Wilderness. So what's missing from here? Well, let me double check the number of routes. Alright, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. So 21 is what I would expect to see, and we see 20 here. So did I miscount, or were we just missing a single thing? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, I counted 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, I guess 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, yeah, it should be 23, 24, should be 24. Oh, we're missing the 4 ferry routes. That's what it is. Okay, so the first thing we need to worry about is why is this showing the ferry as the code and not the bus as the code? Why is that? Oh. I see. I need to actually include the entire list. There we go. And then I'll have to just go through that list and actually find the correct stop. So that should solve problem 1. Partially solve it. The rest of the solving will come later. Now for problem 2, and that problem 2 is that the fairies are not showing up for some reason. I guess that we'll have to check. Possible stops. Console.log. Yes. Pause stops. And we shall see if the fairies are even showing up in the list of possible stops. So let us see. All right. Two. Wait. 1. Those are gonna be the buses. Let's go to the bottom. 13. Those. 13. Oh, Typhoon Lagoon. Duh. What is 6? Zero, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 is links. Okay. It's gonna be 4 links routes. 1, 2, 3, 4. That'll be links. That's the end of links. What about here? 3. 0, 1, 2. 0, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so the fairies are in the list. 3, 9, 3, 8, 3, 7, 3, 6. Those are all 4 routes. And then 1, 0, 1. Odd. Why are they not showing up? Oh, I guess since we're breaking the loop. Yeah, because we're breaking these loops, that's why. Okay. I guess, what if we take out this break? Let's see what happens. What changed? That's there twice. That's what changed. Alright. Let's take out this break. I guess comment it out. $27. Oh, because that's... Yeah, that's two routes that go to the same place. Yes. Yeah. Let's see. Why does that appear a third time? Alright, let's put that break back. You know what? This might be something I have to just think about and come back to it later. Yeah. So I think we're gonna, I guess, end it there because that's kind of a roadblock. I'll come back to that and hopefully fix it soon. So yeah, that's all I've got for today. So thank you for watching, and I will